I'm going to do some thermos cooking today. It's going to be ham and potato soup. And the very first thing I did before I started anything is put a hot tap water in both these thermoses and to get them preheated. And here's what I got. I didn't measure these out, but you can see by the bowls here, you know, how much there is roughly, because I just like to put a bunch of ingredients in. When I make a batch of something, I make a big batch. That's ham, that's a whole bunch of celery cut up, that's 4 medium-sized potatoes, and that is 1 giant onion right there. For liquid, I got 5 cups of water. I'm going to use 4 cups of milk, 1 whole stick of butter, 4 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, you take your big stock pot, you dump in your water. Man, I hope this pot's going to be big enough. Then you dump in all your other ingredients. Breezy, you want that? There you go. Ooh, man, them onions are strong. And the taters. And since you're going to be using a thermos, if you do this, you want to cut everything small enough so they'll go through the neck of the thermos. Alright, next step coming up. Okay, I've got this, everything in here. I got my water in there. Now all I'm going to do is bring it to a boil and shut it off. Right now I'm going to add a little bit of salt. You can add whatever you want to taste. And some pepper. Yeah, I like pepper. And then your chicken bouillon, where to put that? 4 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. Oh, this is brand new. I got to open this up. Be right back. Okay, I got my chicken bouillon in there. In the meantime, I got this fry pan here. I got 1 stick of butter melting. As soon as the butter melts, I'm going to put this milk in, and then I forgot to mention another ingredient, flour. I'm going to use 5 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to stir this up. When this starts to boil, I'm going to pour this in here, mix it all up, shut the heat off, then put it in my thermos for 4 or 5 hours. Alright, I got the butter and the milk all melted together. Now I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of flour in here. And stir it up with my fork. Make sure we don't have no lumps. And this is almost coming to a boil here. When this is all mixed up, I'm going to dump it here. I'll bring it all up to a boil one more time, and then take it over to the sink and start putting it in my thermoses. Alright, I'm going to dump the hot water out of both of these thermoses. And I'm kind of thinking I may have cut these potatoes a little bit too big. They'll go in the throat of this okay, but coming out is going to be a son of a gun. What I'm going to do is just fill each thermos up equally, because I got a lot of soup here, and whatever doesn't fit in the thermos I'll save, but kind of might have overdid it. I tend to do that. Alright, here's what I got. Little lid cut off of a milk jug here, the top of a milk jug. And I want to see if I can do it like this. God, that smells so good. Yep, just like I thought. I'm going to have to poke that down in there with a fork. Get in there. Alright, I'm going to get this done. I'll show you one more. After I get these both filled up, I'll show you how I set them to the side. Well, they're both full, and I just got a half a cup of stuff in there, maybe 1 cup. not bad. That's pretty good guesstimation. I got them both full. I'm fixing to put the lids on, rinse them off because I made a mess, and then I'm going to wrap them up in bath towels and set them aside for 4 or 5 hours. Alright, let me dry my hands so I can shut you off. Alright, I'm going to set them aside. I'll see you in about 4 or 5 hours. This is how I wrapped them up. I don't think I showed that at the end of this last clip. I just wrap them up in a towel, lay them on their side. The stuff that was left over in here, I tried it, and boy was it salty. I'm hoping these potatoes in here absorb some of that salt, because I put way too much salt in there. Alright, let's see what we got. Smells good. Boy, does it smell good. Alright, let me get a spoon. Oh, the potatoes are definitely cooked. That's good news. Yeah, I'm eating over the bowl. It's just me and my wife. Oh yeah. Well, that's good. It's a lot less salty than it was when I finished off the cup or so that was left in this pan. That is really good. And I actually left this in them thermoses for almost 6 hours, because I had to stop and go all the way over to Shreveport to pick up this scroll saw that I found on Craigslist for 20 bucks, and I didn't want to miss out on that. So this sat in these thermoses about an hour and a half longer than I intended to. Well, I'm going to call that a success. And I didn't explain this in the beginning of the video. Here, let me give you a look at that there. 1 second. You're on a tripod, so it's kind of hard to... Here we go. If you were in a situation where you had limited fuel, that's where this would come in handy. I used about 10 minutes of electricity, and this thing cooked for about 5 hours. If you had, if you were running a generator and you didn't want to use all your gas to cook a meal, you could run it just 10 minutes. Or propane. Or even wood, if you just wanted to light a small fire and heat the water up just enough to get it boiling, and then put it in thermoses and let it finish cooking. It's an energy saver, no doubt about that. It is a little bit more effort, but and it is a little more time too. But it's just kind of fun to cook in a thermos, and I thought I'd just throw some stuff together. So thanks for watching.